welcome to Women Rise, Women at the Front Lines. Yes, every Saturday at 3 p.m. It is your favorite show on your screens, on Civic Space TV. As you enjoy your weekends, we're always here to bring you exciting conversations. My name is Nayiga Madreen, your host. And today with me in studio, I have a very important guest. I have Hajjat Sophie Kenyangi. Hajjat Sophie is the National Chairperson, Uganda Muslim Women Council, under the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. Hajjat, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Madreen.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for coming through.
Yes, I had to.
We are really I'm really so happy and to be the one hosting Hajjat. Yes, she is a leader in the Muslim Council and she'll tell us more about herself. Yes, Hajjat, kindly introduce yourself to our viewers. Who is Hajjat? Many people would want to know who is Hajjat Sophie Kenyangi.
Sophia Kenyangi is my name. I'm the National Chairperson, Uganda Muslim Women Council, and Executive Director, Old Kampala Hospital, and Director, Princess Healthcare, Uganda. I'm a public health specialist. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a Muslim woman leader. I'm an advocate for women human rights.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, a lot. Hajjat is doing a lot of things and she'll take us through all that she is doing. Yes. But before we go to that, Hajjat, kindly tell us how was your childhood journey growing up? Which kind of child were you?
That is it's a bit an interesting question, but I would love to talk about it. I'm happy about my childhood.
Okay.
I was born from Bushenyi, and mashallah, we are 10 girls, 1 boy. I'm a daughter of Haj Karad Swaib and Hajjat Zaitun. I studied my primary in Bushenyi from up to P7. Okay. Then I went to Mbara Municipal from P4 to P7, and I was a head girl of that school. Then I joined Mary Hill High School from senior 1 to senior 4. Then I joined Imbogo High School, also became a head girl. All these schools I've been a leader. Yes. I became a head girl of Imbogo High School. Then I joined the university, Makerere University. I was a leader of Muslim women.
Still a leader, wow.
Yes, of Muslim women. And from there, I got a job. I worked with Imperial Group of Hotels as a marketing executive. Then I'll be brief, I may not go into details. Yeah. Then I later got married. Then I joined Nkozi University to do my master's in public health, population and reproductive health.
Okay.
Then I did other courses from Molago, I did a course also in CIPS, British Council.
Okay.
Yeah, CIPS, Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply. So I did my CIPS online. And I graduated. So I continued doing palliative care also. There's a course I did in Molago, palliative care. So that's how I find myself in the health sector.
Yeah.
Health has been my passion. I love to do... Okay, it was my passion. Actually, I wanted to be a doctor. I love to be a doctor.
Okay.
But as a child growing, that's why I always tell parents, let us wake up and guide our children. Career guidance is very important as a child grows. Because somewhere maybe I liked that. And with finances, because education, being educated is not sometimes, it's a bit challenging, you all know. So I think I was somehow compromised to find myself here and there. But after that, after finding myself in that and growing, I identified my passion and I'm following my passion. That's
you
why
went for it.
I'm still in the healthy, and I'm executive director of Old Kampala Hospital, and have revamped the hospital. The hospital is doing very well. And also being a leader from childhood, I think it has really made me move up to the level I am in as being the Muslim women leader who has come to really change the mindset to rebrand the Muslim women leadership. The leadership of Muslim has been there in Uganda, but I really want us to come together as Muslim women, and then we come and make this a reality. We change the mindset, we rebrand this so that it serves the community from the national level, the grassroots level. Because this structure of ours as women, we are 10 women in the General Assembly. It is its first time since the 1972, the Uganda Muslim Women Council was started. So it's one of its kind. It's a new challenging, it's a new, we are adventuring the best, but to our best we shall serve the community. Then we have 78 women in the districts. Then we have 600 the Twale level, those are counties. These are women who are elected as leaders. Then we have 15,000 in the mosque level, the grassroots level. So our structure comes from grassroots level up to the national level. And we're empowering these women with capacity building and
Okay. So what is the main aim or the purpose of the Uganda Women Muslim Council?
Basically, it is to factor the women, Muslim women, in leadership. When we were reviewing our constitution as Uganda Muslim Women Council, His Excellency, the President of Uganda, Museveni, he emphasized the affirmative action, that women should also be involved, that the youth and interest groups should be involved in this. So His Eminency, he, with his good leadership, tried to fix this into, he tried to work towards it, and he achieved it. And we went to elections. You know, we were elected from the grassroots up to the national level. You had to go to the mosque where you pray from or where you were born, and they elect you from there up to the national level. So the relevance of these structures is that they enhance, or they will guide us as women, Muslim women, in leadership and governance, capacity building for women. We are trying to see that women are being trained to do the right thing at the right time and how they will benefit. Then we are also looking at economic empowerment of these women. Yeah, economic literacy is our #1 goal. Because when you give someone, even if you give her 20 million or 30 million or 1 million, without guiding this person how to use this money, it won't help. Anything. Even these big companies, they have people who come and guide them. Banks first train them how to do this. So if it comes to women, we need to guide them in capacity building, in economic and social and political means to be active, to participate in the government programs, to know their religious values. A Muslim woman, what is modesty in Islam? How should a Muslim woman be able to do the right thing, add value to herself without compromising her religion? It's very important.
And Hajjat, currently there is a lot of unemployment. So is there anything that you're doing to help?
Okay, that's why I was saying the economic empowerment. There's a lot of employment. We may not create the jobs, but we are trying. We on the focus that these women should be job creators. We should be job creators, not job seekers. How do we do that? That you teach a woman or you guide a woman. These are the capacity building trainings you are doing. You can see that even if something is very small, you can start with it. I have many living examples. People have started with few things, and then there's a few humble beginning. Someone starts a nursery in her garage and she registered it and she follows the regulations. Then she has her small rentals, she puts it there. Now she has a big nursery school and primary school.
Wow.
I myself, I started a business in my own house. My own house.
Your own house.
Until my own house. Yes. My own house was a store and was a sales. I mean, that's where it was my showroom, a store, and my house.
Okay.
And then from there, I got a shop. 1, 2, 3. Then from my house.
Wow.
From there, I started a workshop.
It is possible.
It is possible. See, and as like in Islam, you have to do something that is halal, something that is not going beyond or not really going everyone. You shouldn't do a business that really will compromise your virtue as a woman.
True.
Everyone should do it. It cuts across. You shouldn't do a job or some work that will compromise your virtue, your modesty as a woman. So you can have a humble beginning. You create yourself a job, and then if you're able and lucky to be employed in any sector or any office, yeah, that's well and good. But also don't sit in that office and relax. Create something on the side.
Yeah. So Hajjat,
yes.
You're a leader, and for women in particular, I've seen there is the presidential initiative, the skilling program for the young generation. Yes, for the young generation. Does the skilling, you're also empowering women in skilling them?
Yes.
Do you stop on only providing the skilling, or also there's something you give them after they have finished the trainings? Basically, starting capital.
First of all, right now we are only on skilling. If you're lucky and we get some funding, then we're able to support you.
Okay.
Or when we find someone is excelling, for example, we have a skilling school in Bara for sewing machines. When someone is excelling, then we are able to give you a machine to go with.
Okay.
So it depends on creativity of someone.
Yeah.
And sometimes when someone has finished this skill, may say, I'm coming back to skill others.
To skill others.
Yes, you're given a chance to do that.
Oh.
So skilling, vocational skilling, it's also another factor that we are looking at, and we have already started. However, it is still on a small scale. And the government has put skilling centers. So we are urging the youth, the women, to join and be part of these skilling centers.
So that the young girls can join the skilling centers.
Yes, they can join. Recently, I was in Albertine region, a trip that was organized by UNOC, Petroleum Uganda, and we were there. They showed that they took us in a skilling center in that area. So people are getting skilled in this tech. Even if someone has a degree, maybe in education, and you want you are failed to get a job in school to teach, you can go in that institution and learn
a skill.
And you're able maybe to perform or get a job in that skill. So, and then you add on the value of your education.
Yeah,
so skilling continues even at this level. I can go and get a skill right now, and it adds value on me, and I am able to diversify my knowledge and the work I can do.
Wow. Okay, so are you doing this in all regions of the country, or?
Yeah, I'm the chairperson for all the regions. We have 10 Muslim regions. That is Central, West Uganda, East of Uganda, Ankole Kigezi, Bunyoro Toro, Northeast, Northwest, North, Bosoga, and the Bugisu region. Bugisu, region. Yeah.
Wow.
So those are 10 regions. Every region has a woman representative. So if I'm to do an activity there, I have to first ask my women representative to organize, or I organize with them. So we're working together. All these programs that you do, workshops, seminars, chronic competition, economic developments, all we are doing them as a team. And also I'm a leader in Interreligious Council.
Okay.
So I represent all Muslim women in Interreligious Council. So we work hand in hand with our religion.
Yeah.
We don't work in isolation. Yeah, because this world you cannot work in isolation.
You can't be alone. Yeah. And so Hajjat, you mentioned you are a human rights activist.
Yes.
So basically, tell us about that kind of work.
Of course, I'm a feminist. I really would love a woman to be treated as a woman. Us in Islam, from our teachings, before Islam, there was called Jahiliyyah period, where women were really mistreated. But after the revelation, there were so many reasons. The Quran put a value of a woman to a standard, whereby in Quran we have a full surah, Nisa, talking about a woman. We have a full surah which was named after Mary. So as a woman, we feel that we were recognized. The Prophet's wife, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his wife Khadija was a powerful woman in Islam. She was a businesswoman. She was a believer. She was supportive. That we see the Prophet's daughter Fatima. She was a believer. She was very powerful. We have very many women historically that were very powerful, and even right now we have vice presidents that you see in Uganda. Vice president is a woman.
The speaker is a woman.
The speaker
Prime
is a
Minister
woman.
is a woman.
We have a president in Tanzania. Their president is a woman. So you see that a woman has been lifted. Our government has empowered women. So we feel we should be uplifted and we should help others. We should be the voice. We should motivate other women so that they are uplifted. So protecting a woman's right. A woman is violated most times because of her gender. We are in the 16th, this month, November, is a month of between 25th November to 10th December. We are in a campaign of elimination of violence against women, gender-based violence. So by coming out and talking about it, and actually I'm preparing a function 1st December, a conference to talk about the same, gender-based violence. So I'm really the supporter of human rights against, why should a woman be battered? Why should a woman be violated? Okay, so that's why I say.
And Hajjat, you mentioned about gender-based violence. We have a lot of cases in Uganda.
Yes.
And I think since COVID-19, these cases have been adding up. What do you think are the major causes of all these cases rising up?
You know, gender-based violence started way back. It's not starting in COVID-19. But it started way back. Women were violated, girls were violated. And worse still these days, even men are being battered and beaten.
Yes. We usually forget that part, that also men go through
Our young boys are being beaten by their wives, or even big women have been beating men. So every human right, every human being should be really respected. No one deserves to be violated in this world. Because when you see worldwide, 35% of women are being violated. 7% worldwide. 20, there's a report by Women in Global Leadership. Worldwide, 7% women have been sexually harassed by people who are not their spouses, partners, and so. 38% women have been killed femicide because of their gender. So it is a worldwide epidemic. It is more than even a disease. It cuts across. Yeah, one woman amongst 3 has faced this violence. The causes, of course, there's poverty, there's economic imbalance, socio-economic imbalance. There are wars. These refugees face the violence because of wars. There is a traditional mindset that a woman should be subordinate of a man. If I paid you bride price, then you should be my subordinate, then you should listen whatever I say. There's no room for discussion. There's no communication. So, and there are so many reasons why women or men are being battered. We have, for example, as in Islam, we have polygamy. Polygamy, it is also in Quran. It is there. You can marry 1, 2, 3, 4 women if you have what it takes. See, if you are able to financially, physically, if you have justified reasons, you should do that.
Yes.
We respect that fact. But sometimes you find a woman is emotionally violated, her inner feelings because of that process. She will not give back sometimes the man that might be fighting, because fighting in Muslim communities is less. But a woman will harm her. Sometimes I see these cases. You find a woman harming a child who is innocent.
True. Because of the anger you carry
Because the
from...
anger, you're not able to fight this man, he's not able to fight you. But you find women are hurting the children, their stepchildren. You find men are hurting the stepdaughters and sons. So you find the child is being hurt because someone is affected emotionally. That's a violation of human rights. So I think it's high time we come and people have been talking about it. It is a very interesting group, but I call upon all people to look at this as something that we need. I mean, it leads to death.
Yeah.
It leads to diseases. Someone gets a disease because he's being raped. See, on 1st December, we shall be celebrating this, but also we shall be celebrating the AIDS Day. Some victims of HIV infections have been from the rapes.
Yeah.
Someone dies, a man loses a wife through HIV. I'm not talking about it as stigma, but it is true. I'm relating it to violence.
Yeah.
Then a young girl is forced to marry this man without finding out what happened. Women in homes have been raped. See? So violation of human rights is something that we need to look at and talk about. Feel free to talk about it. Because it has many effects in our society. It has many dangers. It cuts across. It doesn't have race, that this is a Uganda, this is a Nyankole, this is a Muslim, this is a Christian. It cuts across, beyond boundaries. And then there are these refugee camps. I was talking to one of my friends. He told me around 15,206 cases in refugee camps. This is 2023.
Wow.
Camps, these refugee camps, the rate of gender-based violence is very high.
Do you also reach such areas like the camps?
Yes, I do. Okay. I have some programs of emotional. I go there and try to talk to them, emotional talks. At least I organize trainings, mental health trainings. I have some coaches I go with, and we talk to these people in camps, so that it's not the end of the world. But you really see young girls being impregnated, and they tell you that 10 of these girls were raped. They don't know the fathers of these babies. So it is a bit touching. Let us come out and we support it. Let us prevent the gender-based violence. It starts with you and me.
True. Because if you're not good at home, then
it starts with you and me. Don't hear someone being battered in a neighborhood and you just close your door. Tomorrow it might be you. Just find out what is the cause. Alert the authorities. You hear your wife every day, someone is beating the wife or children, and then you just keep quiet. It starts with all of us.
But you know, Hajjat, that you talked about, you hear someone beating your children. You know, us, even the women, you know, the culture bit of it. If my husband does not beat me, then there is no love. So
I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in that, but I'm telling you, it is real. People say that.
No, I don't believe. I don't know. I don't know. I cannot say anything because I don't believe a woman should be beaten. Anyone should be beaten. A mature person should be beaten. Why should you be beaten? So if your husband does not beat you, that shows he doesn't love you. So you do things that make him beat you. Or he just wakes up in the morning, finds you already on breakfast, then he beats you, then he says, this is love. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that because everyone should be respected.
Yeah, true. And Hajjat, what are some of the things that you're doing to see that we will reduce the number of cases? Also, do you think government is doing enough?
Yeah, of course, government is doing enough because we have authorities like police. They always follow up these cases. These cases, most of the time, they end up in police. We have civil organizations that really are working on these issues. We have UN. Actually, UN Women is doing a lot against the gender-based violence because in 2000, that's when this day was confirmed that it should be an international gender-based violence day, that is November 26th. So a lot is being done. World Vision is doing a lot. There are many international and local organizations that are working hand in hand with societies to eliminate gender-based violence. Yeah.
Okay. And so Hajjat, I'll take you back to the Uganda, to the Uganda Muslim Women Council. Yes, are you supporting certain groups of people? Are there opportunities for these groups? I know women have like saving groups, small saving groups, and they're doing a lot of small projects. How are you supporting them? Which opportunities do they have?
Through my capacity building program, encouraging women who already have associations and groups and circles to update them so that they participate in the government programs or any form of funding that join them, or mobilizing funds within themselves. Those who don't have, we're also embarking on them that they should organize themselves. Already there's PDM. Which is already in different parishes supporting these women. So we're encouraging these women to make sure they participate in PDM. However, on our side, you see it has interesting part of it. So it's a bit, but we're saying keep being organized. Our Mufti's talk is in good terms talking to the president to see if they can really organize the component of interest-free. You cannot do something that compromises your religion. Even if you give me this money and I know there's interest, it's compromising my ethics and my religion. But we want the women to be participative. First, show interest. Be organized. Then when this money comes, you're able to put it to use, to show accountability, transparency, and have a goal. If I'm given this money, what am I going to use it for? Am I going to put it at home and eat it? Or have a plan of maybe planting some crops or starting a small business? Or I have my small business, I'm going to invest this money and boost it. So it is something that we are working on as in my leadership to organize these women. Actually, sometime back last month, I was contacted by Interreligious Council that Ministry of Gender has some funding. So we should organize women groups. We started with the North and Western Uganda. And these women they're on the ground trying to organize, support these women. So there's also the GROW program. You have heard about it through the Ministry of Gender. So I think it is important that women, we get organized and be stand still. You can't be disorganized and you think people will come and organize you and give you money and support you.
So if something comes, you're ready.
It is a self-initiative. It starts with you to be ready to receive whatever is coming to you. That's if you really want to develop and add value to yourself.
True.
A woman should not be on the side of Kameza, Kameza, waiting for the money every time.
If it doesn't come, you have nothing for yourself.
You have nothing for yourself. Even if your husband is rich, you need a woman.
True. So we need to work hard.
We need to work hard. There are some things a man cannot really give you wholly.
All the time.
Sometimes as women, we have our families. You need to give back to your family. You not say, every time,
everything, give me, I
send home. You have your young sister you want to support. You have a child, as we are still in extended families. You want to help. You want to buy a nice dress. At that time, maybe your husband is not able to support you. So sometimes we also human beings, we have what the men have, we also have it. You have your hands, you have your brains. Why not be creative and add value to yourself as a woman? So that is the mindset we really have to change, especially the women that I lead.
Yes, now you talk about mindset. So are you, the women that you lead, are you thinking of the aspect of education?
Yes.
Educating the young generation right from the start. Yes.
Of course, we have government education programs, UPE, and so that's number one, that we're encouraging all the women to educate their children. And there's nothing much you can give a child when you don't educate. Even if a child is not educated and you say, you have all these buildings and yours, how will that child really manage these buildings? The generation of being rich without working hard or without education is ending. Because nowadays we have to deal with taxation, regulations. We have a lot of accounts to balance. So if you're not educated to manage this business, how are you going to do it? So education is a very important component in society, and we are working on it because the Muslim community has always cried that we are lagging behind, But we have come up to say, no, look, don't cry. Just do what you're supposed to do. Take your girl child to school. Don't marry her when she's still young. Take a boy child to school. Even if she's to do business, even if she's going to do any other thing, let them be empowered. And we have Muslim professionals. Why do I talk about this? Because I'm a leader of Muslim women.
True.
And I am encouraging all the people to go to school and learn. That inferiority complex should end. And it is ending. Alhamdulillah.
You're a woman leader. We have a lot of single-headed families, basically single mothers. And these women are going through a lot. Is there anything special for them in particular?
Of course, being single, it depends on different issues. Some people are out of wedlock. Some people have lost their husbands. Some people, it's their choice. See? So we are doing I've done 3 projects for single mothers.
Wow.
And I've done 2 projects for the interest groups, the disabled women. So I'm working on it. Seriously, I'm focusing on it.
Wow. Thank you, Hajjat.
I'm focusing on it because a woman being single, it has emotional breakdown. It has emotional effect on her. She feels maybe she would do better if she had a husband next to her. Some have lost their husband, others, they decide to divorce. No one would wish to divorce in marriage, but it happens.
So Hajjat, in this competing era, how are you managing? You're a mother, you're a leader, you're a health expert. So how are you doing all these things? There are a lot of things you mentioned, a businesswoman. How are you really juggling through all this?
Thank you. It's a matter of setting priorities and time and learning to diversify your, I would call it system, so that you don't look at everything as something very hard. I try my best to do these things by putting everything in its position and setting my timetable and planning. And yeah, it's about planning. Yeah, you plan and make it. And then of course, some things I don't do them myself alone. I delegate. I have workers who work for me, who work for this. I'm not doing everything alone. I'm a mother, yes. That one I do it alone with my husband, and society and schools. I'm a leader, but I also have other people that I lead with. I have my leaders, and also it's leadership in an institution. So institution, we have our books that guide us, like our constitution. We have our leaders that guide us. We have other people that we're working with. You give them leadership and guide them also. Then like maybe hospital, I have staff whom I say, this hospital administrator, medical director. So you set systems, actually.
Systems.
Yeah.
Working systems.
You set working systems. You make strategic plans. I've made strategic plans. I've set systems. I've set structures that guide me to work and meet my goals.
And okay. And so we have, you're a leader, so a girl who is striving to become a leader. Yes, talk to that girl and inspire them. What does it take to become a leader?
To become a leader, you have to, first of all, believe in yourself. That's number one. Of course, like I've told you, this violence issue I've talked about. Somewhere, somehow, why am I really an advocate for, why am I for advocating for elimination of gender-based violence? Because it reduces productivity of a person. When it comes to a child is not empowered when she is violated or when he is violated. So I believe that we should, as parents, we should guide our children. As society, we should empower our children so that they become productive. Then they believe in themselves. Because when you empower a child, a young person, then you're giving them confidence to believe in themselves. Then you give them the systems. You give them education, you give them career guidance, then they will be able to believe in themselves and they will be what they wish to be. We call upon the government to put programs, especially for the youth, and I'm very happy they are there. And these civic organizations are also putting a lot into this, and religious leaders are trying to call, and they are put institutions to guide these young people to come to God, to know God. When you know your God, it's number one, actually, priority that you will excel in this world. But if you don't know your God, then you mess up somewhere, somehow. And messing up, by the way, it's not a problem. But how do you come back to God?
How you come back is the question.
Is the question. So I call upon these young people, I motivate them, I wish them the best, and want them to be who we
take up the leadership positions.
Yes, and then you be focused from childhood. Because I was always focused. I would give myself I was always focused, and I always wanted to be a leader. Because I was always discipline is number one.
Discipline, yeah.
You have to be disciplined. You have to be hardworking. See? And you have to be a good listener from every level you are. You have to keep time, your communication. How do you communicate with someone older than you, your peer, and someone younger than you? So from there, then you're able to come up.
You talked about communication. Do we still have, we have a lot of social media issues going on around, and children are really so affected a lot, and also the era these days.
The globalization, the digital globalization is affecting our youth.
A lot.
Yeah, it's affecting our youth because our youth are not guided. But if you keep guiding, let us keep guiding our children.
How do we go back to the days where...
We may not go back, but how do we guide our children to face the new generation that is coming? Going back might not be possible because every day new things are coming. We see new phones, we see new computers, we see new programs that are coming globally. So there's no way you'll tell a child, no, I don't want you to have a phone. It's the way someone will get maybe an opportunity, job opportunity, someone is learning online. So how you say that don't go on internet? So it is how we may not go back, but how do we guide our children, our generations, to use whatever is put in them positively, not negatively? If you have this phone, are you using it to add value to yourself? Are you using to pass time? Or you're using to distract yourself or destroy yourself? So that's the way we should guide our children.
Yeah.
Especially when they are young, the age of teenagers. We as elders, aunties, parents, schools, guardians, try to monitor these teenagers. It is very important. Some children have been addicted to phones. That he enters the house, throws everything down, runs to the phone. And before it has been TV. The kids just gone TV, cartoon and programs of TV. Maybe. Now it is shifting to phones. So how do we guide our children? To listen.
It's also taking away the family time.
Yes,
bonding.
Family time.
Because even when you're eating, you see someone busy on their phone.
You see the mother is this side on her phone, the father is this side on her phone, the children are in their room closed with phones. So it's high time we revise as parents. The phone, the media is, we use it positively, we don't use it negatively because it has an impact. It has positive impacts in society. And then also keep reminding ourselves on what is our purpose on this world. Purpose on this world is to know that God is there all the time, to believe that God can do everything that we need. Let us instill the God-fearing issue or impact in our generations. When a child fears God, he will listen to a parent or an elder or a peer and respect. So it comes back to us as parents. Yeah. If you feel your child is becoming, but that stage of a child moving from not listening to you as a parent, it is always there. If you note it as a parent, you will see that somewhere, somehow you lost contact with your child. If these children come back from school, have you taken time to be with them? If you're a busy mother or you're a busy mother, a busy father, have time, move with them. You don't have to kill a whole day at home. But have a child, move with her to work.
Okay.
Talk to her. Or him, go to work with him. Create time, go out with them. Have time, weekends. Take them out. Be their friends. You will manage. Yeah.
And I think many of us are not friends to our children because the children going through a lot. And you find...
And they'll hide. Tell you because you feel like you're not her or his friend. And it starts even from the childhood. When a child is 4, 5 years, you need to create a big bond. Don't leave these children to help us at home. You see, because she's there, she'll help and she'll do everything. You come in the evening tired, you throw there your bag, you enter bathroom, you sleep, without finding out how the child was. If you're not able, then morning, try to drop this child to school. You will hear. She will tell you. That's a bond. Taking our children to boarding schools. When a child comes back home, create this time, I say it is very, very important in our children's lives. That bond is very important. Child will remember, my mom used to tell me this. Some of us, we are who we are because we always listen. My mom used to tell me this. There's something, I don't know whether I could say it in TV. And then she used to tell me, And now we are big girls, now we joke about it.
Mm-hmm.
She used to say, if you become pregnant when you're still in school, when you're not married, I will throw you in one river near home.
So it kept you moving because you're scared of going
to be thrown in a river. So it kept it, and she will tell you alone, and then you keep it. Now we have grown as big girls. We are talking about it. Remember, we used to say we will throw you in the river.
So we need to keep talking and talking.
Yes, you have to keep talking. You have to keep guiding. It's how we will guide our children. Otherwise, the society, the generation is deteriorating. The speed the digitalization is taking us is very fast. It is positive, but it's how you use it that becomes negative. Now, children are on TikTok. You can go on TikTok and say something of importance.
Yeah.
You get
Which
it.
will benefit
yes,
many.
You go on any media form. You say something that will add value to you and the society. Not to go there to abuse people. Not to go there to spread hate talk.
Yeah.
You know, or something that is not adding society value.
Yeah. Wow, thank you. A word to a wise. Hajjat has talked to the parents and the children. And as we get to the end of the conversation, Hajjat, you're doing this activism work for elimination of gender-based violence, which is starting from 25th November to December. What are some of the activities you're looking at? And you said you're organizing an event on 1st December. Yes, what are some of the things that you're looking at to see that there is a change in, or how you're going to do it?
We have organized talks with the universities, 3 universities. We have organized talks with market vendors, women in markets. We have organized a meeting with civil society groups, organizations. You're also invited, you know.
Wow, thank you.
You're part of it. By hosting me, you're part of it. That's also an activity.
Thank you, Hajjat. I'm looking forward to that day.
Then we shall have that conference. I also have a seminar to talk about it and sensitize women in Nsanje tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, in Nsanje tomorrow there is a group of women who have organized a very big 600 women group that I'll go and talk to them about the same issue. And on 1st December, we shall have our activity at Gaddafi Mosque main hall. Yeah.
Wow. Looking forward to that day.
Yeah, you're welcome to the conference, and we are there. We're there to advocate for those who have no voice to talk.
So you're reaching out to particular people, or we're all invited for the event?
Of course, the organizing group, we are reaching out to the particular people.
Okay.
For the organization, but we are calling upon all the women, the audience that can come and attend. That is 1st December, our main hall, Gaddafi conference hall actually.
Yeah, because we will all need this.
Please, you're welcome.
Yes.
Be there and attend, and we shall have a press conference. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, Hajjat is doing really amazing work. Thank you so much for giving back to society. Yes, we appreciate.
Yeah, giving back to society makes me happy because you feel satisfied. Really, it is something that satisfies me to see that I've done something for someone and he or she is happy. That's my satisfaction. Someone recently asked me, but Hajjat, you're going for this serving society and it's taking much of your time and effort. Does it really give you money?
I know.
Because they knew me as a businesswoman all the time doing my business. I told him, he was an elderly person, I told him, serving community makes me happy than making money.
Wow.
He was like, yes. I said, yes, that's it.
And we have few people who
giving
say that.
back society makes me satisfied than making this money for myself. If I make this money, or if I'm empowered and sponsored and I get this money, it goes back to society.
Wow.
You get it? Yes, it goes back to society.
Thank you for that big heart.
It is like in Ramadan times, I always organize a tent that feeds 500 people from the day of fasting to the end.
Wow.
Every day. This last time, I was able to support more than 100 families, giving them different food packages of 5 kgs. I am not rich, but I go and
you share the little.
Yeah, share the little, and also try to organize from the same people that I have. I was able to slaughter almost 95 cows this last Ramadan, and I gave different regions.
Wow.
Soloti, Kumi, Busoga, Ankole, Central. Why? Because you give back to society. Recently we had a youth day. We never invited you. I think we invited you. The youth were making their functions, and we were able to support. So it's time we should learn to support ours. Or if you have, support someone who doesn't have. It doesn't mean that you give them item. Even moral talk. You talk to them positively. Give them a listening ear. I receive women, she's broken.
So it doesn't have to be financial support only.
In this office I'm in, sometimes you receive a woman, she's really emotionally broken. Either by marriage, either financially. I may not bring that man back. I may not give you cash, but I sit with you and talk to you.
So Hajjat, you do a bit of counseling also?
Yes, I do a lot. Yes.
Wow.
It's part of leadership.
Yeah.
You cannot be a good leader when you don't do counseling for people who come to you. Yeah. So it's part of it.
That's really a beautiful initiative, and it's always beautiful giving back to society. Religiously, when you give out, God will give you more.
God will reward you. And when you support people, they will always remember you. That's what you can always leave in people's mind. Yeah. It is a bit touching, it's a bit, but it's emotional. Sometimes we talk, we cry together, we laugh together. Then she goes when she's fine.
And she's fine. Wow.
It's part of helping a woman to overcome her challenges.
So it's not only, from Hajjat's words, she's not only financial support. People need a lot of support. Emotional. Just listen to someone. It is something you'll have saved someone's life by just listening to them, talking to them. Yeah, give someone a hug.
Yes.
So Hajjat, as we conclude, what are some of your last words? Things you feel our viewers should know, about you and your work?
About my work, it is my office open. It is open at Uganda Muslim Women Council as a woman chairperson, Uganda Muslim Women Council. Those who feel they should come to me, please, you're welcome. I'm there to serve you.
Wow, thank you.
And there to guide you. And let women respect themselves. Let the women have modesty.
Very important.
That women feel we are God's creation. We should have virtues as women. And I call upon men also to respect their women, treat their women with kindness, or their wives. I call it wives.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like at workplace, respect a woman. In Quran chapter 4, verses 19 says, treat a woman with kindness. If she's your wife, she's doing something not right, but look at the good thing. Guide her. Don't beat her. Don't slap her. Guide her. What you're doing is not right. Communicate. If you're not able to communicate, 2 of you, add a 3rd person. We have our parents, we have our guides, we have our religious leaders. Involve them instead of battling a woman all the time. Even men, there's something that is very interesting that we have failed to come out and talk. Men are being battered by women in their homes. Young boys are being violated and they are silent because of nature of a man. Will not come out and say, my wife beats me every day. Even will not shout. Even will not come out and say, my wife beats me every day.
And there is a report I read, men were scared even to go to the police.
They can't. It's nature.
Who will believe you that
a woman is beating you? You are not a man?
Yeah,
so those are traditional beliefs, but let us come out. If your wife is beating you, come out and talk. If a young boy is being violated, come out and talk. Let us support our men and boys and young men. Let us support a girl child. We are all equal in the hands of God.
Yes. Wow. It has been a very beautiful conversation with Hajjat. She has told you her office is always open. Please reach out. She will give you all her ears, and she will guide you and advise you on all that you're going through. Yes, thank you so much, Hajjat.
Then lastly, yes, I call upon women to seek medical advice. At least every 3 months, a woman should go and check cancer of the cervix, cancer of breasts. Those are diseases that are killing us. I always organize healthy camps every end of Friday. You can inbox me or you can find out on our website, Old Kampala Hospital, where we will be. Then we have free services.
Free services?
Yes, for these healthy camps.
Wow.
I'm organizing one in the Western region on 15th December for the whole of Western region. So come, we check these diseases. We finding out a disease in your body is a prevention. We are on prevention of diseases. Your eyes, your dental, as women, we have diseases that hide in with us, everyone. So come for a free checkup. If you find you need medical attention, you go ahead and get
free services.
Yeah, free service.
Kampala Hospital.
Wow. Old Kampala Hospital.
Old Kampala. Every Friday?
Every Friday, end of the month.
Every last Friday of the month. Wow. Thank you very much, Hajjat.
You're welcome.
I know people will come and reach out.
Thank you.
Okay, you have been very, very lovely viewers. Thank you so much for always tuning into Civic Space TV. Women rise, women at the front lines. Yes, we had Hajjat Sophie Kenyangi. She has given you her story, what she is doing, and a lot of advocacy that she is doing in society. She's giving back to society. So kindly reach out to her. Her office is always open. She will be of help. Thank you so much. I've been your host, Madreen. See you next time. Bye.